Welcome back to another edition of the What's the Play podcast. I'm Christian, here with JB, Brian, SportsFan, Jalen, and we are here with another edition of the What's the Play podcast. We have the James Harden trade that just went down, so we'll definitely discuss that. But before we even get into the NBA talk, how's you guys' week been so far?
You looking at me? Oh shoot, my bad. I mean, that pretty much sums up my week. Woke up today, sinus acting up, banging headache all day. So I was trying to get through the rest of the day. Heading to Dallas.
Oh,
Heading to Dallas.
Telling everybody where you're gonna be.
I thought it was the week. Talking about my week, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
I guess so. If you want to meet JB, go see him in Dallas.
Me and Luca,
What's
man.
the hotel?
What?
No, that's great. No, that's
Well,
great.
JB, hope you feel better. Brian, how's your week been?
It's been pretty chill. Been able to have the last couple of days off, so that's been good. Back to the grind, obviously tomorrow, but yeah, it's been good. Obviously, been working on the editing and stuff, as some people have seen, so that's good as well.
Yes, sir. It's SportsFan.
Ain't shit going on, man.
That's what I like to hear.
Just starting November. Just going to work. Pretty much it.
So yeah, rent due.
Dang, it is the first day.
Rent due.
Rent is fucking due.
Caleb, forgot to tell y'all, producer Caleb is behind the cam. He's here. How's your week been so far?
It's been cool. Been chill. Good.
Nah, I realized something. I ain't gonna put y'all business on the podcast.
What you talking about?
I ain't gonna put on the podcast.
No, hold on. Now we got to talk about it.
Nah, Caleb, go ahead finish. I'm sorry.
My week has been chill. It's been good. I'm waiting for this week to be over. Got one more day for the week. So
I don't know what JB was
That's
talking
so long
about. That's
time,
what I'm
man.
trying to figure out.
Man.
But we get back to you in a second.
Yeah, listen to Caleb.
For I thought he was done.
no,
I
you
am done.
Oh, for me, we've had a nice week as a whole. I would say, us three have worked on some solo content, and we've been talking about getting.
Hey yo.
JG.
Post the link. Link in the bio.
That is crazy.
Link in the bio.
Well, but the
Link in the bot. Oh, that is crazy.
I was gonna say in the description.
Said
but-
they've been working on some solo content.
That's what's up.
Hey,
Additional content.
additional content to the podcast. We were
There
taking
you
on
go.
projects.
Solo content is crazy.
Brian has been working on his, not titled yet. It may be titled by the time this episode comes out, but he released his video on, what was it, Monday, Tuesday? Tuesday. So be sure to go check that out. JB released our basketball footage of us playing horse. WTP. We have a winner, but you got to go watch the video to see who it was. And then I dropped a video, Mingles Cast, discussing the trade deadline of the Washington Commanders. Not too much on that here because this is a basketball podcast today. But, yeah, be sure to go check out those extensions of the podcast. That is additional content for you guys that we're working on. Now, what were you talking about, man?
Yeah. What happened?
Yeah.
Nah, I said rent due, and I realized I don't even want to pay rent today. That's why I don't put y'all business out there like that.
You the only one?
Yeah. Oh, congratulations! Congratulations. I forgot. Oh,
Wow. Okay.
never mind.
That was crazy. It made it seem like he was.
I forgot. My bad.
I paid it when I stayed home too. I paid.
Word?
Yeah, bro.
You
Stay on
a
for free.
good son.
Yeah, lights gotta stay on.
So I got to pay mine on the 10th.
What? Yeah, dang. This the type of generation we live in now? See, that's
Nigga,
what
we are grown men.
We
Now
got
podcast-
jobs, they gonna ask
this
for money.
podcast
Exactly.
changed now. No.
I
As the
left
black
this-
community,
Oh.
why are black parents charging their black kids? Nah, I'm playing.
Okay.
Nah, let's get into
You're
That
not-
must
the
be
you're not-
additional
you're not
content
doing
that
that.
JB
You're not
put
doing
additional content. That's on the Patreon.
Oh, my gosh. You just learned what that was 2 weeks ago.
did.
For real?
Really?
Something like that.
Wow.
Oh
Something
no.
like that.
Wow.
Tapped in.
Well, we want to get into the basketball talk and
Yes,
stop
please.
teetering the line here.
Hey, I'm stop edging.
Well, James Harden was traded to the Clippers for a package of, I think Flight React said, a cheeseburger, half-eaten fries, and KJ Martin. But in Rocco, KJ Martin, what were the other pieces?
Do it matter.
Marcus
Nick
Morris.
Batum, Nick Batum.
Yeah.
Damn,
Nick
we
Covington.
can't use that lyric no more.
I know, right?
Fourth quarter, why the fuck with Tony?
You can
And,
still- you
uh,
can still- you can still
I
sing
mean,
it.
he's-
It ain't
he's still
team-related.
playing, so
It ain't-
technically you can do it.
it ain't
And then the
team-related.
Clippers
Ain't the Staples
received
Center the key part of it, though?
Clippers
That's
received James Harden and PJ Tucker. Picks were, of course, involved, but those were the primary pieces of the trade. What
the
is
primary pieces are the picks.
That's
Really?
the biggest part.
They are.
well? They got the
Because
picks as
without
well.
those picks, like it wouldn't be worth it. It gives. I'm alright. I'll let you talk. I'll
I
give my
mean,
perspective.
with or without the picks, you know, the deal may look a little crazy in
Yeah.
the light because I think the trade was being held up for the past few months over the fact that Terrence Mann wasn't involved. And the Clippers ended up making the deal without including Terrence Mann, so I do think that's a win for them. Of course, you don't ever like to give up the picks, but with the way this roster was, this was really their last gasp effort, I would say. And for them to be able to keep Terrence Mann, I do think they have a realistic shot of getting to the second round of the playoffs. So,
That's very fair.
hey, the West is stacked. So, I mean, you got to make these type of moves to even try to think about competing. I think they have a chance to compete, but I feel like this locks them into that second round.
Yep.
What you guys got on the trade?
I need a second to get my thoughts together. You go ahead, Brian.
Okay. Well, like the guys just said, obviously you need to. This is a situation where I don't think the picks totally held stuff up. I think they probably had more discussions about it because the Clippers were adamant about not giving up Terrence Mann. So I could see a situation where that 2028 unprotected first round, if I'm not mistaken, was probably thrown in at the last minute in order for them to be able to finally get over the hump and get Harden. I feel like I guess Daryl Morey felt content because he was able to get a good amount of picks to be able to say, well, okay, we got something for Harden. For the Clippers side, I wonder, if this is a situation where you get another playmaker, so that way, in the event that say PG or Kawhi get hurt and you have to get through the regular season, you have two guys in James Harden and Russell Westbrook who can pick up the slack. Also, between James Harden and Russ, is this a situation where Russ is asked to go to the bench and become the sixth man, or do they kind of try to do what Golden State's been doing and have Russ and Harden in the lineup at the same time? I don't think Ty Lue would do that, but I think that's a question obviously going forward. And then
Yeah, you have a lot of faith in Ty Lue.
I think Ty Lue's a good coach.
I would hope not, but yeah. I mean, maybe like I said, maybe like Golden State, they'd start out doing it that way, but then because everybody understands that James isn't the greatest off-ball player, I don't think you want.
That's who.
Says everybody that's been watching him since he's been in Houston.
Shit. He played off ball before. He'd be all right.
I'm not saying he can't play off ball. I'm just saying he's a guy that's most likely going to just kind of stand on the wing and not cut or do anything productive. So at that point, if you already have somebody that's pretty ball dominant in Russell Westbrook.
Russ hasn't been ball dominant on this Clippers team though. So I mean, in the past, Russ has of course been a ball dominant player because he has been an all-star player in the past. On this Clippers team, he has very often taken the back seat to Paul George and Kawhi as he should. So I wouldn't consider him ball dominant. The thing is he comfortable taking another back seat to James Harden, who's coming in? Because now his role in the offense, I don't want to say it's redundant, but I feel like James Harden can do the playmaking duties that Russell Westbrook has been doing. So Russ is going to have to differentiate himself in some way. He's going to have to step up his game on the defensive side of the ball to make his defensive minutes more valuable. I don't want to say he's going to have to become a better off-ball shooter because that's just never been him. But he's going to have to be a better cutter off ball, more willing to move off ball, stuff like that. So I don't think James Harden is the one we have to consider moving off ball. But we have to look at and see how Russ is going to manage being even more off ball than he is currently.
Okay.
I think it's a win-win though for both teams. This trade, I feel like Philly just washed their hands. They cleared up a lot of cap space because they just traded for all expiring contracts, and they got 3 first-round picks in this deal, which can be used this season to flip to get somebody or just attempt to get another player that could be an asset to that team. So I think that's why they did it so soon too, because they could have waited till the December 15th deadline where when more players are available. Who signed this offseason or got traded, but they did it now, so I think they give them more opportunity or more time to kind of cook something up to make a trade before the deadline to help them for playoffs. And for the Clippers, this gave them a better playmaker in my opinion. The thing about Russell Westbrook is he put pressure on the rim for that team, which is very, very helpful. I'm not sure James Harden can do the same thing. like Westbrook does. But I think Harden. I think that just kind of made the Clippers a better team in general. They already got versatile players on the team. They got a lot of scorers on the team. They still got Zubac. They still got really good players on the team. But I feel like with Westbrook going to take the back seat, I'm just the kind of role I'm kind of skeptical of Westbrook's role now. You got to put him to the bench now. I don't know how he can work out again with this pushing to that bench role without without PG and Kawhi on the court at the time with him. I guess him and Harden could flip, whatever, but they provide two different duties. They do two different duties in my opinion. So,
But I do think it could be beneficial having if they end up going the route where Russ is coming off the bench. I do think similar to Brian, where they may try to start off starting both of them. But I do think it's beneficial having the two. I don't want to say polar opposite types of point guard play, but having Russ, who is a playmaker off driving to the rim a lot of the time, not really putting much pressure on the defense from the perimeter. But once he gets to the rim, that's when the defense is able to collapse. And then you have James Harden, who at this point in his career isn't as much of a threat in blowing past somebody and getting to the rim, but is still able to skillfully shoot over players around the perimeter, still knows how to get to the foul line. So that type of pressure he is able to get once he gets to the rim. He's still able to play make off all of that. I do think James Harden is a more natural playmaker, more natural passer than Russell Westbrook. But I don't think either one of them have any negative playmaking qualities at this point in their career. I think their experience helps them be better playmakers than the average point guard. And just to have these two different types of play, because I feel like the team will play differently with either one at point guard. But I am interested to see how all four of these Hall of Fame players look on the court together. That's where I'm skeptical. I do think the team may end up looking better when it's either three on at one time.
Okay. And before both Jalen's go, just to go to Caleb's trade point real quick, I understand that the Sixers have some sense of urgency, but I think, and obviously we've heard a lot of people saying that they may try to go after like a Zach LaVine or somebody like that. But I think for this year, because they're going to be freeing up so much cap space, I think they might just pivot towards just trying to surround Maxey and be with like 3-and-D kind of players. So maybe somebody more of like a Buddy Hield situation if they're going to try to make a trade for somebody, and instead of looking for a star, so to speak, because they may feel like they can get somebody in free agency, even though the free agency class isn't as deep as people would expect. So that's just my thoughts on Philly side with the trade. I think they might pivot that way instead of looking to get a third star.
Well, I think you guys said a lot of what you said about the trade so far. I think personally that the Sixers wanted to wait until the regular season started to see what they have in Maxey first. I think that also determines what they would try to target in the Harden deal. I think Maxey right now is averaging 36 and 6. If he was averaging, let's say, 18, then of course I think they don't make this trade, or they still look for some more they can get. But with Maxey playing the way he's playing now, it makes it a lot easier to wash your hands, as you said, Caleb, with the Harden and that deal. In terms of the Clippers, what they get in return, we've all known for years Clippers have a near perfect team on paper, but if there's one thing you can look at, it's their playmaking. Russ kind of helped solve that a little bit last year, but of course they were missing Kawhi and Paul George in the playoffs, which I would expect to happen again this year. That's why they need James Harden. Am I wrong?
So wait, if they missing them two,
yeah,
and then you banking on James Harden
and Westbrook,
James
yeah.
Harden and Russell
so one of
Westbrook
the
in
four got to be healthy, right?
Just keep throwing darts. And
I mean, Russ gonna be healthy.
Russ gonna be there.
I mean,
So
but
you
at that
just
point,
need somebody else.
Harden's gonna be mentally on the injured list.
Okay.
Yeah.
But at that point, the ceiling obviously drops to maybe even play in. If
I
both
mean,
of them
if
are
any
out,
of the
so.
four get,
I mean, they
sorry, no offense to Russ,
Mhm.
but any of those top three get hurt, I do feel like the ceiling on this team significantly lowers. All three of those top three are healthy, in addition to Russ, of course. I do think that the ceiling on this team is, I don't know if the ceiling is the roof.
No.
Michael Jordan said
Ceiling's the basement? Can we say that?
ceiling is the roof. I think they could
Doing
make a
this
run.
4 years in a row. Huh?
Shh. It never.
Really?
It's 5 years now.
I thought he was gonna say conference finals.
It's
But,
just
like-
That's too conservative.
Oh man,
conservative.
I don't think that's what they're aiming for.
you're right. They said last hurrah.
We know what they're aiming for.
What they've been aiming for the same thing for 5 years now.
Yeah, it's never stopped.
As they should.
But just to finish out my point, you guys talked about Russ starting or being off the bench. I've chosen the Clippers after the James Harden trade as my Mott League team this year. Of course, I toyed around with how I want to use the players, and one thing I did was have Russell Westbrook in more pick and rolls as a role man, and tried that out with James Harden on the floor as well. So that 1-2 pick and roll, if they can incorporate that, I like that a little bit more as well. Given they already have chemistry playing together, OKC, Houston. I think Russ can come off the bench. My question after that is who starts alongside Harden, Paul George, Kawhi, and Zubac, whether it's Terrence Mann or Norman Powell. I don't really know yet. Terrence Mann may be the chosen person now, given how much they value him and how he's a little bit more seamless in the starting lineup with all those ball-dominant players. But that's what I'm looking forward to seeing. How the rest of the lineup shakes out.
Yeah, I was gonna say it probably would be Terrence for defensive purposes, but I think going back to Christian's point, if Russ is able to really focus on the defensive end and then be like kind of the off-ball cutter that he was in Houston, I think you have a chance.
Yeah, I probably gonna see a lineup, like a very small ball lineup with Russ, Harden, Terrence Mann, PG, and Kawhi one day. I may see that. We may see that. I wonder how that's gonna work out.
Playoff basketball.
Yeah,
Hopefully
you'll
that
see
would
that.
be.
We'll
Hopefully
see that
that'd
for
be
10
like in
games.
spurts.
I think you'll see that.
Not no
10
10
games.
games. That's not that lineup not coming out to the playoffs.
Yeah.
They-
You think they're all gonna be available for the playoffs?
See, man, there he go with
They
that
definitely
hating.
will not.
There's the hating again, man. Why can't we always
Hating?
just why can't we just project health?
Facts.
Is it hate if it's been proven
History.
multiple
I
times?
don't think it's
Why
hate at
can't
all.
we just project health?
We can't.
We
If
talk
it
about
rain
Zion.
5
We
days
talk
in a row and I tell you it's
we
gonna
talk
rain again
about
today.
we talk
Is it
about
hate?
Zion
Look at
every
the
year.
weather, bro.
It must be.
Dang, I can't wake up and hope that it doesn't rain.
No.
You can hope. I won't stop you.
Open
but
your
I'ma
damn
tell you,
window.
Your hope is misplaced.
Oh well. But you know the Clippers team on paper
On paper.
On paper.
again they got me.
They got you again.
They got me.
With
you
your
know?
own.
And-
Paul
and-
George cooking.
With your own enemy.
Unless I'm forgetting somebody.
Crazy, right?
This team is at least 8 deep with 8 actual rotation players. I might be forgetting somebody. It might be 9. Is Mason Plumlee still on the team?
Yes.
Yeah.
9 deep.
Don't forget about Bones.
9
90.
deep.
90.
Forget. Purposely did not mention. it.
Bones been good
I'm
though so
honestly
far.
surprised he's still in the roster. I
But
thought
Bones been good so far this
He's a
year.
good locker room
Who would
guy.
take him?
They like Bones.
You're right.
He's
Yeah.
good in the locker room.
You're
right.
right.
Shows up to the
Not
Halloween
because you're
parties.
lazy, said that
He is good in the
trash
locker room.
anyway.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
They got Russ, James Harden, Kawhi PG, Zubac.
And redacted.
Who's redacted?
We all lost.
I don't know because I don't think it's KJ.
Here you go with that stuff.
No, we had a name for him. I forgot what the name we used for him, but he was in the therapy sessions.
Oh, I forgot he's on that team.
He's on that team.
Who?
That's a little
Is he
crazy.
really on that team for real?
He's on the team for real. He's
Who?
injured right now.
Let me check. Hold on.
Spurs draft pick 2 years ago.
Oh,
He is
yeah,
on
no,
that
yeah,
team.
not too much, not too much. And then you got Terrence Mann, Norman Powell,
KJ.
PJ Tucker,
not
He's on that
KJ.
team.
PJ.
Yeah.
PJ
that's
Tucker,
what-
and then Mason
Ooh,
Plumlee.
PJ Tucker.
Man, if Nate was here.
What the fuck is that, man?
And then did you hear what he said?
Yeah,
Man,
Bro got turned off.
did you hear what he said though?
Yeah, I got
He
turned
said,
over
man,
by
if
that.
Nate was here,
Man, he's
You know how Nate feels about me?
PJ Tucker right here,
He
David,
was
look
just like him.
at it, he's still going. Can't help himself.
Ooh, man.
All right,
Y'all just name these players. Is this the oldest roster in the league?
Probably.
It's up there.
What you need you for?
For health. The same thing we've
Why
been
is he
talking
on
about for
this
the past
team?
3 years.
Zion, one of the younger players in the league, he get hurt.
One of the younger players, nigga been in the league for 5 years.
And he been hurt every year. So if he was young and getting hurt, he
What's the difference?
in his prime and getting hurt. What's the difference?
What they
This
got to
team
do with
actually not
the
that
Clippers
bad in
It's
terms
not
of
bad at all.
age. In terms of age, it's not bad.
Terrence Mann like 27.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, they act like he was 24 when
They got a rookie.
We
They got
dak-
Brandon
we dak-
Boston.
Brandon Ball.
It's
Who's
not
that- who
about
is
how
that
old
rookie?
you actually are. It's about how you feel.
Once again, we're talking about the.
Yo, cancel this man.
Clippers.
I
Oh
think
no, I
Russ,
forgot Peter
Russ,
Tucker
man,
was 40. I forgot.
I'm about to say, ain't Peter Tucker like 30?
38.
38? Okay.
Who's
Okay,
38?
40.
Russ is like, what,
Peter.
34?
Oh no,
Yeah.
nah. Russ
Paul
don't
George is
feel
32.
34 though.
Kawhi's 33, right?
Yeah.
How old does he
33.
feel?
Russ
think
think,
Harden's
Russ think
32
he's
too.
25. Russ think he's
All them
25.
32 up.
But Russ thinks he's 35, 25.
You right. He think he's 25.
That's the
Bro,
problem.
He definitely do.
James
That's what they
Harden,
need for the regular
Nah,
season. They
James,
need-
but
they
see
need
it
guys that
balances
feel like
out
they're
because
25.
James Harden be acting like he's 41. So that's where it evens out.
Question: Are there any teams like this in the past, like similar in terms of like age and like performing
The
stars outside
that
the
Lakers
Lakers?
team
I was
where
gonna
they
say
got
with the 04
outside the
Lakers.
Lakers.
don't say the names.
Suffice?
Don't say the names.
We're
Except
not gonna say the
04
names.
Lakers.
Jerry
Just the
Payton,
04 Lakers.
the man who wore number 11 on that team.
Mailman.
Nah, that's too
Even,
much.
even that
No.
team wasn't that old.
Yeah, they weren't that old.
Nah,
Shaq
because they
was
still
what,
had
like
Kobe
30
and
at that
Shaq, who
point?
was kind of young, semi-young.
Shaq was still like what,
Did they still
27,
have some of the
28?
guys
No,
from
he had
the,
to be
from the
in his 30s.
three-peat
Because he got
team?
drafted in 92, right?
Yeah.
But he was like 20.
Oh, you're right.
Cause I feel like if you still had like the Brian Shaws and the Rick Foxes on that team, I mean, your
Like
bench
Shaq was like
probably
30,
older,
31.
But
I can't remember who was on their
the
bench.
thing with this deal is I'm a bit conflicted. Not because
Really?
I don't know how it's gonna work, but because I woke up to one of the players who I've hated on the most over the past couple of years being on the team that I've supported from the Western Conference over the past few years. James Harden joined the Clippers, and I don't know how to feel. I don't,
I guess
You
it's
should be
maybe.
happy.
I guess this is a win-win for him because
this
if the
is-
Clippers win it all, then PG finally has a ring.
But if the
But
Clippers
if they lose, then he can blame it on James Harden.
But then look, if the Clippers win it all, James Harden has a ring as well.
Clippers win it all.
That's the other issue.
That's
So
the
it's like-
issue.
Yeah.
What's the problem with
Isn't
that?
that wouldn't
I'm
that
a
be
hater.
crazy to say that James Harden got your favorite player a ring?
That would be crazy.
Wouldn't that move you to tears?
Yes.
Well, what if it's the
Yes.
other way where PG gets James Harden?
Oh,
They're not
Nah, it's
gonna
too late
They're
now.
not going to use
That
that,
doesn't make
logic,
sense.
though.
That
They're not gonna use
doesn't
that
make
logic.
sense.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
They brought
They're
James
not
Harden
gonna
to the
They're not
team.
going to use that
I mean, we
logic.
see the numbers PG putting up right now.
Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it on the podcast yet. We can't
It's
talk about it
like
yet.
we can talk about the numbers. He did it before.
No,
And then
no,
first round,
no.
He got the fuck out of there twice.
Twice.
So it don't really matter.
But what about the year Kawhi got hurt and PG led him to the conference finals all by himself?
Oh yes, sir.
What about Terrence Mann?
Glad he did that, man.
What a
Hooping.
year. That's when he got the monkey off his back.
Portland Trailblazers type
playoff
Yeah, stop using that
performance.
phrase.
What was that 3 years ago?
Probably 4.
Roughly.
The year after the
Roughly
bubble.
3.
Yeah, I think it's 2 or 3.
And that's good, man. Monkey off his back. That's good.
Yeah.
What about the rest of them players on the team?
They'll figure it out. They got to rally behind PG.
Riley behind PG.
Yeah.
Could we say another team? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I haven't really seen anything about the trade. Y'all kind of touched everything on the court for real.
Yeah.
It's just two players I think really, kind of got the most out of this trade. Maxey, of course, he officially is going to take over that backcourt for good. And he's been playing really well this season. I think he was the same day the trade happened, he was conference player of the week.
Mm-hmm.
So it was him and Jokic, conference player of the week. So he's basically on all-star watch at this point. So I'm really happy for Maxey. Him and Embiid should get the 76 to the playoffs where they'll probably lose, and then Joel Embiid will probably get out of there. But we'll see how that goes. But James Harden, I don't know how he done it, but he has now requested a trade and got what he wanted every time now.
What was that 3 times in the last 4 years?
Three
Three times in
times.
the last 4
Cooking.
years, and it got it literally to the team he wanted to get traded to.
Now the question becomes:
Special.
Does he play? Does he play like the Harden that got moved from Brooklyn? Not
What?
Brooklyn. The Harden that got moved from
Don't say
Houston to
Houston.
Brooklyn.
No, it's a different role.
No. I'm saying, is he gonna be Is he gonna play like Brooklyn Harden when?
I can tell you what he's
That was a
played
good
together.
Harden though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What's the difference?
Any Harden you named was a good Harden.
What's
Yeah.
the difference between that Harden and the
not
Harden now?
the last 2 playoff Hardens.
I think Brooklyn Harden
That's true.
had.
last 3?
2.
Last
I
5?
think I guess his mindset was different in Brooklyn as compared to maybe like a Philly or something because he was the third option.
Look, the mindset always stays around for the first 15, 20 games. He always do that.
What's the mindset?
That little he's willing to be off the ball, stuff like that. and-
Oh.
Well, it wasn't even.
But he was
that,
really
because
willing to do that in Philly for real, because he was actually taking a backseat to Embiid. He just got a little crazy once the playoffs came around. He had to do something other than.
He got
But
big
thing is, he
legs.
was taking-
Yeah.
But in Brooklyn,
Embiid
Kyrie
got
told.
hurt,
About saying
so-
Brooklyn, Kyrie told him he was the point guard and Kyrie's gonna be the shooting guard, so he had the ball in his hands.
Yeah, but in Brooklyn he was. I mean, as long as he's playing next to players who he feels like can do the job that he doesn't have to do. But I don't know. The report's saying that he wanted to go back to Houston this offseason and go back to MVP Harden. I don't know where his mind is at.
Midlife crisis.
I don't know.
Byron can't want to go back
Delusions
home.
of
Trying to
grandeur.
get that money.
That's not home.
It's not-
No, that's home.
That's
That's
home.
home.
That's
At
the
this
city.
point.
That's
But no,
home.
Brian, are you talking about? I'm trying to understand because Harden led the league in assists in Brooklyn. Led the league in assists in Philly. So I'm trying to understand what exactly frame of mind you're saying Harden
Because
go back to.
because in Philly he was the second option, and like obviously like CT said he took a back seat, but you also had a point in the playoffs where he was like, okay, I have to be the guy because Embiid was hurt. As now he can kind of go back to where he was when he first got to Brooklyn, where it's like, okay, I got 2 other guys that are going to be scorers, so I can just facilitate. And
You
not have to
talking
worry
about
about me.
before
Nah.
Kyrie told him that
Now
he's
I
the
hear
point
you.
guard?
I do
Basically.
I hear what you're saying, but you understand in the playoffs he will have to do the same thing he did this past year, right?
You talking about in Brooklyn?
Yeah.
No, in Philly.
He even played Brooklyn playoffs.
those 2
for-
players will be out in the playoffs. So he's gonna do it again.
you.
I just want you to know that.
I mean, that's gonna
be prepared to see what he just did.
I mean, I
against
know
us.
I get you. I get what you're saying,
Okay.
JB. I'm just,
You're asking, can he? What are you asking again? Can James Harden do what?
He's not asking. He's just telling us.
basically, I was asking would he be able to produce, like, not produce, but have the mindset of like Brooklyn Harden, where he was like, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and facilitate and let the other two guys get going.
Yeah,
You ain't got no choice
Yeah,
until the playoffs.
he's gonna do that.
Until the playoffs.
Until the playoffs.
Okay.
Bro, James Harden gonna be there. He's gonna get his. I don't know if 20 and 10 is possible with this amount of players.
Like
in a row.
17 and 8 maybe.
Yeah, he gonna get 10
Once
assists.
again, I'm not gonna say Russ is gonna stop him from shooting, but Russ has the ability to just shoot the ball when he feels like it because
You're
he
right.
think he's 25.
Yeah.
So let's go 18 and 8.
Okay, that's
I
not
think
bad.
that's
not
solid.
bad.
He should average more, but I don't know what.
What points?
Yeah,
I thought he was gonna say assists.
I don't know.
Assists.
what 18 points
Why would he
I
be?
don't know.
Why should he average more?
because of James Harden.
But
He's
his
the third
role
option.
in a team that he's only had a lot. Like,
That's why I said because the other players on the roster. That's why I said 18
Okay, so why are you saying he should average more?
You saying if he was in another
because
situation?
he should look at Russell Westbrook and say, "Give me the fucking ball."
Oh wow.
He should look at Kawhi and say, "Go rest, give me the ball." It should be him and PG carrying this team.
So you say through the regular
Oh,
season it should be
wow.
it should be
Wow.
Harden show.
Look at how
No,
he's
Harden and
divided.
PG. PG's averaging 27.
He said
I don't
forget
even
Kawhi.
respect it.
he
I
said
mean
forget
that
forget
actually makes
Kawhi.
sense.
Right.
Yeah.
That actually makes sense to me
This is
because
very
if you're
It
able,
territorial.
would, it would
you're-
make sense in
if
my
you're-
opinion.
because if you're able to have arrested Kawhi going into
Yeah.
playoffs, which is a big if, that's definitely something.
They had it again last year. He got towards ACL game
But
4.
I get that, but the point is, if you have arrested Kawhi, we've seen what
I thought
he
he
can
sprained
do.
it. He tore it.
Same
He's
thing.
He's spraying.
Same thing.
But,
Right.
but my point is, we've seen him be the best player.
Yes.
Be the best player on the floor in the
Sure.
playoffs, even like after a well extended rest.
Okay.
So I think JG's point there makes sense. I think but again, I think that's why you think about having him and Russ, because you're thinking that you may have to load manage both Kawhi and PG through the regular season. Because in the event that like one of them gets hurt, obviously you're gonna need. I'm thinking they're gonna probably rely on James or Russ to be that guy to just push them through the regular season. So I see what you're saying.
PG low management. Ain't he the youngest one?
I mean, he's probably more injury prone than.
Man, he said he back on his bully ball. Why is he low management? What is he doing that for?
He more injury prone than who?
Than Russ and James.
Oh, that makes
Oh,
sense.
He
He
is.
talking about. He talking
That
about.
is
I'm about to say, I'm
Nah,
not saying-
not James. We
Nah,
seen-
James-
we
James
seen
been
in
hurt.
the-
He
Nah,
is.
you seen in the NFL. You seen in the NFL the way them
What the
hamstring
fuck? How he
injuries.
changed?
I'm not related. Hey, look, it's about to double back right here, real quick.
Okay.
James Harden, you seen how them hamstring injuries linger in the NFL the whole season.
That's a good point.
All right.
All it take is one little. James Harden got the history.
What do you think of knee injuries then?
They linger as well.
Okay.
But what knee injury has Paul George had?
Sorry.
It's a leg.
Okay, I'm gonna
You said knee though. That's Kawhi.
That is Kawhi. Yeah.
PG had a couple of knee
How did
injuries.
PG get hurt last
Come on.
year? In the same
yeah,
game he
he-
hit a 360 dunk.
Facts, he did.
How do you think he got hurt?
That was his knee.
No,
was his knee.
that was fake. That was,
that was fluke. That was staged.
that was so fluke.
When his team was in the
That was-
playoffs,
no.
when his team was in the
That was-
playoffs
no.
losing, he was on the podcast.
That was a contact
These are
injury.
pretty podcast
That was
players.
a
So
con-
Russ is
that was a
down in the
con-
court, man.
That was a contact injury though. That's
Oh, that's not gonna happen. They
No.
stop. He's gonna stop that.
it's a contact injury.
He's gonna say get off.
The
me.
injuries
Don't
that
touch
we
me.
talk
Don't-
about.
They gonna say, don't touch me. Don't touch me.
No. But that's not being injury prone. That's anybody would have got hurt in that scenario. Did you
No.
see that?
No, ain't
No.
Hold
my
on.
gosh.
But if it's fluke, then that means that's not that doesn't mean that everybody's
Right.
gonna get hurt.
Right.
No. The fact that it happened to him is fluke. That doesn't count as him being injury prone. He landed on somebody's
Paul
foot.
George not injury prone for real?
No.
You
he
really
is.
believe that?
He is. He
Okay.
is. He is.
Okay.
Not
Okay,
this
no,
year.
wait, stop right there. Don't
We're good. We're good.
Stop
We
Not
got it.
this year though.
Let's
Not
stop
this year,
there.
though.
How do you know that?
Let's stop there.
Only been
Let's
3
stop there.
games.
I got the script.
I just know.
I got
Let's
the
stop
script.
there. Let's move on.
He's not gonna be as injury prone as Harden.
How
He
do you-
weighs less.
Based off what?
Less weight to carry.
So like, if you guys are after this trade, what do y'all think the Clippers are gonna be in the West?
Like seating or like where they end up at?
Yes.
Shit, what I had him before.
Both of them.
Seeding probably, assuming health.
Might not like my answer.
Assuming health, I'll say like 4 or 5 seed. As CT said earlier, probably still second round ceiling because as everybody has said, the health of this team is obviously the biggest question mark.
Well, if I'm projecting full health, I'd say third, fourth seed. If I'm projecting the same old, third, fourth, fifth, sixth seed. 3 through 6, that range.
You wanna go?
Fuck it. Ceiling, second seed. Floor, play Like, nah,
I was about to say,
He's
that's
not
what I was
wrong.
gonna say.
You're not
I
wrong.
mean, I don't know if you're wrong there.
I don't.
No, I think they're better than playing.
I feel like if I say playing,
This,
niggas
this,
gonna say I'm a hater, so I'm not gonna say that.
no, but this
Let's
is, but
go.
ain't gonna lie, the West is deep.
I mean, two
Yeah.
things
It
can
is.
be true. Playing could be accurate, and you could also still be a hater.
That is true.
What am I hating on? I do hate on a lot of players.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
team.
No, you
I
hate
guess
on
cause
Clippers specifically.
you
I guess
hate
because
on-
he's talking. I guess
you
because he's
hate on
saying you
Paul
keep
George.
bringing up the facts about health. So
No, stop saying facts.
I didn't even. Like,
that-
not even speaking of health. Like, all these players in the playoffs, they're
Stop.
generational bricklayers. So it's like,
Not. Oh my gosh. All right.
you're right. Not
You
Kawhi.
win. No, you win.
He's good in the playoffs.
You win. You're right. I guess we'll see again.
For me, I already had the Clippers in my top 6 when we did our last, recording.
Shit, I didn't have my top six.
I didn't either.
So,
Take every opportunity to hate.
hey,
That's not
I ain't
hate.
mad at it.
Who asked?
Y'all didn't have James Harden yet. I thought y'all wasn't gonna get him.
So, I'll say
No.
fifth
Difference
seed. I
Fifth.
think they're fifth seed.
Okay,
Yeah, I do. I'm glad. Nah, I'll say it another time. Go ahead. What's the next question?
that was on me.
You said yours?
Oh, I say around ceiling. I say it could be second seed ceiling. Floor, I say about like 7th, 8th.
Dang.
Still playing, same thing.
What do you see
Same
the
thing.
difference being in the second and eighth seed? How do you see them falling to the eighth?
I seen them fall in the 8th because due to the other teams and the chemistry they have.
Mm.
You got Kings,
That's a big piece.
Warriors,
Mhm.
Suns, still Nuggets,
Mm.
Lakers,
Okay.
Thunder. A lot of teams that could be in the between like the 4 and 8 range
Got you.
for sure. So,
So chemistry.
but I think that's still we have depending on how health. If they healthy and they mesh well, and probably in a couple 2-3 weeks, maybe a month,
Mhm.
I think they could really push for the second seed for sure. First, I think Denver got it on lock personally.
Okay.
I think no. I,
Yeah,
think, I
they're
don't.
fir-
Thi-
they
I,
got
I
the
think. I
first
think. I don't think no team is going to be better than Denver in the regular season this year. Personally, outside of Boston. But at the same time, I think.
Love to hear that.
But in the
Yeah.
West specifically, I think Denver the best for
Alright.
sure.
JB, what's wrong with the Boston take? JG.
Man, if Boston, man, if they have a better season than Nuggets, Tatum getting an MVP.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
And I would,
It's
Sure,
possible.
You're right.
I think
I
he.
did say that.
I would love to
He's
see
one-
that. I can push my Tatum agendas.
Oh, you have some?
I already say he's the best Celtic since Bird. I've said that multiple times.
That's
now.
not crazy. Yeah. The best one, not the greatest one.
The best.
The best one.
Best, just straight up.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
still a
yeah.
I'm
vote.
not gonna say
got-
greatest because you know
that's
they
still
say
involved.
Who's
We got some
third?
theories.
Finals MVP.
Who's third?
Nah,
Is it
You
Paul
talking
Pierce?
about-
Who's third? Paul Pierce or KG?
Paul Pierce.
Then KG.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
What?
Oh, I thought you were going to say.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
I was just calculating.
Okay.
Calculating.
All right, y'all gonna move on to the NCAA tournament. It's coming
Yes,
up.
sir.
Start what? This Friday.
Friday 7:30.
Something
Yeah,
like
y'all.
that.
Everybody know how it works, right?
No.
I mean,
What the heck?
kinda. I
You-
think it's like there's like designated games that count towards the tournament.
Yes.
All right,
so,
so
they get to what is it? When does it start? Do you know when?
it starts this Friday, November
And
3rd.
then
I mean,
Every-
like when is it? When did it go to Vegas?
they go to
They
Vegas.
go to Vegas December 7th. if I'm
Yeah.
not
No.
mistaken.
Wait.
Or is it December 4th?
Damn.
No,
that
they
early?
start the quarterfinals
Like,
December
yeah.
4th.
Like,
The in-season tournament games are every Tuesday and Thursday. Out, not counting them. This
Yeah, it
Friday.
goes from the 3rd all the way to 28th. Those
So then
that's
after you
group play.
accumulate the records
So-
of those,
So when is this?
So it's 4 different stages. It's similar to soccer. Got a group stage.
Oh.
You know, 6 different groups. Then you got after the best team in each group moves on to the quarterfinals.
and then I think
and
it's
two
like
wild
two
card
cards,
teams.
Yeah.
So two of the best records outside the top of each group move on to the knockout round.
That's your top 6.
Knockout round. Whoever win those games move on to the I believe semifinal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then it's
semifinal.
4, right?
And that's when they start playing in Vegas.
Yeah.
So
and in
so-
Vegas, it's 2 games basically because it's that and then
Yep.
the championship.
Okay.
So it'll
I'ma
all
name
be,
the- I'ma
it'll
name
all
the
be done
groups.
by December 9th. I think the championship is December 9th, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna start. We're gonna do 2 early predictions. All right. I'm gonna name the groups, the teams of each group. Right.
Okay.
I want y'all to give me the winner in this group. Okay.
Alright.
I can't predict this shit, man.
No. Just like
Everybody, I mean, they're gonna play. You're gonna play the teams in the group, so
You
it's
are.
not like it's not like so if the Lakers and the Clippers aren't in the same group, they're not.
But
Gonna be
it's
How many
playing
groups
each
are
other.
there?
6.
It's
And we're predicting the winner out of all 6.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna predict the final winner.
yeah, but you can fake the 2 wild cards.
Then
after
put 2
that,
wild
and then
cards.
go from there.
Okay. Y'all ready?
Right now, all of that.
Yes. Y'all ready?
Damn.
Oh,
Okay,
we-
go ahead, name them.
We're just gonna do group winners. All right. Group winners.
Exactly.
Yeah, we can speed
I'm about to say
run
we're
this.
not gonna do it like a whole bracket. We just,
All right.
Yeah, all right.
So
This shit confusing the fuck out of me.
all
It'll
right.
make
So
sense.
y'all ready?
Trust me.
Yes, sir.
All right. West A. This is the West A group.
What a
Memphis.
lame name.
Memphis.
That's what they call them. All of them.
Phoenix, Lakers, Jazz, Blazers.
Lakers, because I don't know if the Suns are going to be healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Lakers because Bill back is broken.
Lakers. So you said Lakers, Suns,
Grizzlies.
Jazz,
Grizzlies.
and Blazers.
Gotta go with them Lakers, man.
Lakers as well.
All right, we're gonna do
First
West
seed in
B.
the West,
So
they might win the
West
whole
A we got Lakers. All right, West B we got Denver, Clippers, Pelicans, Mavericks, and Rockets.
Denver.
Give me the Rockets. Sign.
Once again, Nuggets, Clippers, Pelicans, Mavericks, and Rockets.
See, the thing with group play is,
they play
you-
each team twice, right?
and you could lose.
I think it's just one.
You could lose 1 or 2
You can pick
games,
each team
and
one.
it could really alter your seeding.
Yeah,
I'm gonna predict a surprise here.
you can say Clippers.
Got the Mavericks.
Oh,
That's yeah.
okay.
Clippers would have been too on brand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm going Clippers.
And the go
Brian?
Nuggets.
What you say, Brian?
I said Nuggets too.
Take that back.
Nuggets.
All right.
No, can't do.
C group: Kings, Warriors, Timberwolves, Thunder, Spurs.
What's, one more time?
The way they've been playing this season, give me the Warriors. But the
Kings.
Kings are right there.
I'm torn
Kings.
between the Kings and the Thunder.
Kings, Warriors, Thunder, Timberwolves, and Spurs.
Warriors.
I feel like as long as Chet is healthy, I think the Thunder are gonna be a very good regular season team. Yes, sir.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with the Thunder.
Okay. JG,
Fuck, give me the Spurs.
Spurs.
Oh, okay.
You lying?
Belief in Wemby.
You serious?
Yeah, why
Okay.
not?
So far we got.
Tournament, who
Shit don't
cares?
matter.
It don't matter.
All right. Next one, East. We got East A. First group in the East. Sixers, Cavs, Hawks, Pacers, Pistons. I think this is easy.
Sixers.
Who else?
I'm say
Sixers,
I'm
Cavs,
going Cavs.
Hawks, Pacers. He goes
I
say
was
Hawks.
thinking Cavs,
and
but I'm
Pistons.
like-
When is Jared?
Give
When
me
is
Pistons.
no? When
I
is
think the
when
Pistons
is
can win that.
where's
K
Jared?
time.
When is Jared
Jalen
Allen back?
Turn, man.
We don't know yet.
Yeah, I don't believe in Mobley. I'm gonna take Sixers.
Because Garland, is he still hurt? He missed last
That's what I'm
game.
saying.
He's still hurt,
Without Garland being there, that's just
Yeah,
what
so
I'm
it's
saying. The
hurt. Pistons
Cavs.
not.
Garland's hurt, and Evan Mobley is a beta.
Yeah.
I'm staying Cavs.
Cavs. All right. Group B. Bucks, Knicks, Heat, Wizards, and Hornets.
Bucks.
Bucks.
What was the second one?
Knicks.
Give me the Knicks.
Jimmy might need this for his legacy.
So Heat.
First in-season tournament winner. I'm gonna take the Heat.
All right. And C. Boston, Nets, Raptors, Bulls, Magic. That should be easy.
Boston.
And then it's one wild card from each conference.
Wait, y'all.
My bad, Joe.
I mean, I'm gonna take the Celtics, but the Nets might be right there, man. Might be right
Okay.
there.
Then give me a wild card. One from the West, one from the East. They can choose as a winner.
Just any team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any team.
Yeah, I didn't pick. Right.
The Clippers.
Of course.
Um,
What about the East?
let's go with
I'm gonna say the Kings for the West, and I'm gonna say for the East.
I'm gonna say the Nets because I feel like that group is very easy, and I think the only team that they may really struggle with is the Celtics. I think those other groups are
I don't know, man.
pretty decent.
I think
Give me-
Paulo may do something.
give me the Warriors.
Paulo
in the
hasn't been good
West.
this year.
He hasn't.
Yes. Shut him down immediately.
He hasn't, but it's early. Luka wasn't good last
The
year.
tournament is early.
All right, that's crazy.
No.
Luka wasn't good early last year. He wasn't.
Lucas.
He was 12 points per game. Not good.
Luca's a little different.
Luka's like, what, 18, 19?
Luca,
I'm jazzing.
Doncic,
Like, he was-
nigga
he was-
averaged at least like 25.
He was inefficient
I'm
last
not
year,
a
though.
Paulo hater, but he just has not
So
been good.
my West wild card is the Kings. My East wild card is the Cavs.
My West wild card is the Warriors. My East is the Hawks.
I already said mine.
West wild card is going to be the OKC Thunder. East wild card is going to be the New York Knicks.
Okay. Who y'all think is the most likely to win in general, the whole tournament?
I'm trying to think of a team that cares about the regular
Lakers.
season.
Lakers.
I'm not thinking Lakers. I don't believe.
I'm trying to think of a young team.
I think we
I
get.
would be the Thunder,
I hate-
obviously.
I hate to be that guy, but I think we get a Denver Celtics final. So probably.
You think they giving that away on free TV? That's a
Free
paper.
TV.
I mean,
That's
it's.
a
I mean,
if,
it's.
if
It's.
that, if that happened,
That's
I'm gonna
a-
see the commissioner go backflip in the middle.
That's
I mean,
a
it-
pay-per-view matchup right there, man.
I agree, but I mean, and it is sudden death, so obviously one team could just have a crazy night, and that could switch things. But I just think that they're just head and shoulders right now.
Shit, ass.
So
That matchup almost
I
make
think-
League Pass worth it.
I think Warriors going to win it.
That's
Okay.
a good.
I think Warriors got it.
So I'll say the Celtics.
Fuck it, let's
I'll
go
say the
Pistons.
Celtics. Why not? Why not? I'm gonna say why not?
It only take one game, so fuck it. Maybe to get lucky. I don't know.
Let's just say a team. The Bucks.
Yeah, Dame gonna need that.
They ain't gonna need that. When you just think of
Well-
the name, it just made me think of that picture of him holding like a Mickey Mouse trophy.
Now he gonna have that
Understandable.
Commissioner's Cup trophy in that picture.
There it is.
That Sergeant was like his all his accolades was basically the same, other than his beard was grown. Yeah, they got a commissioner cup to that.
Shooting sleeve equipped. What a
Tattoos
guy.
at it.
Tattoos, New Jersey.
New albums out.
New skill equipped.
Sheesh.
New shoe deal. New signature shoe. Year after year. Man, what a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Dame though. Well, this has been another edition of the What's the Play podcast. Appreciate you guys for watching. We discussed the James Harden trade in-season tournament that is coming up. We appreciate your support. Remember to watch those new videos that we're releasing for you guys.
They will be in the description
They
below.
will be in the description below. All of our Instagram. All right, man. All of our Instagrams are in the description. Any of our links that you may need to check out. And be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Then What's the Play? Be sure to stay tuned for the next play.